Festival is the longest continually running film festival in the world, and actually was inaugurated in 1947 at the same time as the Fringe and the Edinburgh International Festival.
Speak a little louder with you.
Is this working?
Can everybody hear Emma? Okay, great.
Can you hear? That's better. I'll start that again. So Edinburgh International Film Festival is the world's longest continually running film festival, at 77 years old. It was inaugurated in 1947 at the same time as the Edinburgh International Festival and the Fringe in the wake of the war. And actually, Edinburgh International Film Festival has we relaunched the festival this year after the parent company for the film festival and Filmhouse Cinema in Edinburgh went into administration in October 2021. So we are now a completely brand new entity with a new board, new festival director, Paul Ridd, and a new strategy for the festival, which is to embed itself functionally and meaningfully within the Fringe and the wider cultural offering that takes place in Edinburgh in August every year. So by virtue of that, we've established new partnerships with the Fringe. All of our ticketing for the festival this year ran through the Fringe box office. So people were able to buy tickets through the Fringe website and Fringe app. One of the core aims of the festival is to attract new audiences to independent film. So many international audiences are obviously coming into Edinburgh at that time. Many people who are interested in film, but also people who are just interested in art and culture. So making our programme more discoverable to them and encouraging people who may be interested in taking risks and going to see something new that may not have that kind of broader commercial appeal. This is a big part of what it is that we're doing with the new festival. And also with our industry programme is leaning into, because so many filmmakers and artists are working across art forms, and that kind of cross-arts collaboration and cross-pollination is something that we're very interested in honouring and facilitating opportunities for industry and creatives to benefit from networking with each other.
Okay, one question for all of us, actually, of everybody here. I assume everybody's a film fan. With increasing technology, less and less people are watching stories through film, and they're expressing themselves through short videos, 30 seconds, TikToks, not even OTT, not even. So only 10% of this world's population is watching cinema as we know it. Do we have a responsibility to protect cinema, or do we say, as film festival directors, it's fine, whichever way audiences want to tell stories, let us embrace that and go with it? So, Cameron.
My feeling is that stories are more powerful than any single technologies. Stories have been around since human beings have been around, and the technology will always change. You know, I love cinema. For me, the most powerful thing about cinema is that it's watched together. And when you gather together, everything is amplified. The emotion, the reaction, what you take home with you afterwards, in terms of like what stays with you. I think when you see films together, that's just bigger. And in my view, it lasts longer than something you may watch in a glancing way on your phone. But I don't think we can hide from what technology has done to screen storytelling. Screen storytelling is incredibly powerful. I think people are watching more on screens than they ever have, whether it's home viewing or on their laptop or their mobile phone or in the cinema. But the collective power is something that I think does need to be protected.
Jen.
This is a huge question, and in a way it relates also to your previous question about, is this too much a Western narrative? So technology is strictly tied to cinema because cinema is a technology-oriented art form. It was born with photography, and then it developed to moving images and to sound. And so cinema is inherently a technological art form. I was reading a text by Griffith that he wrote in 1924. The question was to him, what do you think of cinema in 2024? And it is a scary text because the man had seen in the future, and he had imagined that we would watch films differently. So the problem with technology is that it can hijack what we need, what we want. So nowadays it begins with language. We don't refer to films as films anymore. We speak of content. This is a scary word because it feels like something that you put in a box, and then when the box is full, you move on. Films are not content, films are art. And I'm saying this because there are out there film people that want still to make their first short film, their first film, and they need to defend the idea that what they have to say could be art, could be art. So I'm not against technology. The thing is that technology wants to reshape the way we collectively experience our time. So people can watch 8 hours of a TV series on the phone, but they are unwilling to watch a 2 hours film in a cinema because it's too long. So this is not something that comes from them. This is a collective discourse that has been put on what the audiences would want. So I think that the audience as such needs to protect itself from what the industry or the industries want to put on them. I know this sounds very much like political discourse, but it's not. In terms of Indian cinema, over the years, Locarno has always been championing Indian independent cinema, young cinema. This year we had also in the jury Payal Kapadia, we had previous years a film Declaration, we had Dominic Sangma's first film, and so on. And these films, they need to exist. So I was extremely happy when Dominic's film was released in France and in other countries. So what I'm saying is, it's not about technology, it's what you do with technology. It's like saying, if I bend the wheel, I could get a car that would run over someone. It's how you use the wheel. So it's really, and this is really crucial. This is really crucial because otherwise we end up in these polarizing conversations where something is bad or something is good, which doesn't take the conversation much further.